The bench is very deep for Baylor this year. One of the deeper benches we've seen. Good defense.
Whoa, look at that. Took it away. That's Keyonte. Shot no good by Chris Ford. Up the floor in a hurry.
Yeah, this is a
and a steal on the perimeter. George will dunk it for the. They're still lead it by 11. George, three, straight away. He's got 7 in the first half. It's 31-22. George,
trying to guard the three. A little slow to the game on that one.
At the Pentagon in South Dakota. Zaga survived by 21.
Yeah, 15 of their 26 made field goals have been threes.
Wow. Here come the Bears. The alley-oop on the break. Theo Hughes, the 7-footer, back out there. And another steal
for Baylor. Thamba with the handoff. George rising up, nails the.
Going to have to be more aggressive defending the rim.
Big three, go. Mark to come back for his 5th year.
Leadership, that's where it starts. Great leadership. Tough shot right there. But a tough shot in it. He's one of the 5 most consequential coaches in the last.
There's George trying to go to work, guarded by Franklin. He'll pull up with 2 hands in his face. George with the huge knockdown.
Look at
He's
this.
got 16. George, double team, puts it up, a tough head. He said we were excited because we had all 5 of our guys as Keyonte. George has numbers, throwing it up top, throwing it down.
Be excited, I just mentioned their name. Travis Lyons, John Rhodes. There he is. They're used to it.
Cross-court pass, LJ Cryer.
To this season. Can Adam Flagler turn into a point guard? And to be quite frank,
it out for Baylor. Up the floor to George. Layup good and a foul.
That was important because it came right after a loss to Virginia. Keyonte George. Now Keyonte George has Caleb Lohner. Pulls up from 3. George almost had it taken away by Smith. Deep 3. Wow. On the floor to get that steal. See if George can take it all the way in. Good hop step.
With 4 really quick Baylor perimeter guys.
Boy, that is a tough pull-up 3. Keyonte George against Strother. What a move. Oh, my.
John Wuna to Love. 3. Corner, no good. Keyonte. Thamba back to George. Right back to Thamba.
Yeah.
Now on Daniels, his 2nd. George for 3 is good. Here in the second half. Keyonte George. The alley-oop to
Really athletic 6'6" wing. George.
Fouled on the
Shooter, Jade Mullins is. He's a real deal, isn't he? Missed his last 4 to a 4-point. Washington State lead over the 11th round. Here's Mullins. Lost. Here's George. Calling his own number and not going to. George hangs and hit. Small college, watch out.
Yes, sir! In his 4th year playing organized basketball would be big bucket. Really put not only defensive pressure on you, but offensive as well. Another 3 by
2:15, the Baylor lead. Here's George, drive, banker, good. By 9 on the game clock, first half. Baylor leading by 10 over Nichols. George will pop a 3. Final 35 seconds of the half.
Wow.
Nice pass.
Oh, John Wuna did a good job. Nice pass. Look at that pass. That's what we're talking. Not able to get going yet. Here's George.
And as you say, Adam Flagler. He had 18 in the first half. Now Keyonte. Good shot fake. And the 2-point ball.
Now coming out of a timeout, they go zone. 2-3.
George, spot up. 3. Got it.
Baylor's done that great for the last 2 decades. Tough shot. Keyonte, national champion, 1995.
Now George on the drive. Good footwork from the.
this match problems for you.
Cryer the steal. Keyonte George with the. Started 1 of 7, but the steal and the score can remedy that. Now George the floater. Good. George pulling up against Carter. He's fouled.
Make a play. Smart play by Bebe.
George off balance.
He's improved and he's shown what he can really do.
Keyonte George has not scored in the.
Keontae's getting better with his shot selection. Pops out for an open look.
There has to be that guy. That's a great find. That's a great shot.
George with 3. Keyonte George, corner, fall away, he hit it! George, head fake, knocks it down. Foul was on the floor. George picking his spots, puts it up, and George looking to create, throws up a runner, and it's...
This is when you rely. And that's a great pass.
George takes it right at Keyonte George has a game-high 25. Pull-up, buckets.
George in the scoring column. Here's George from distance. Yes! Ooh, what a tough. George again. With 7 on the shot clock. And that.
George can't get past.
Tough shot.
Ooh,
Tough shot.
no. Down to 6, down to 5. They got to put it up. It's blocked out of bounds.
Kai Mitchell with the rebound, but then he nearly threw it away, and he did. It's the Jayhawks here in Waco. Driving a beautiful fit. Walsh, a 5-star recruit. George trying to shake him in a 3-right.
Length out there guarding these guards.
Here's Keyonte George. He leans in and up.
Saw us handle this Baylor run.
Walsh on George. Baylor the other way. Here's George. Got through Davis, hangs and hits. The offensive glass. They've grabbed some Arkansas turnovers. There's George with the... Here's George. George, full head of steam, and he got it again. Not quite enough. You could hear Eric Musselman stomp on the Arkansas sideline. George!
Tyrese Hunter on him. George pulls up, and he...
These kids who missed the free throws.
George, step back, 3,
Big
got
time.
it. George gets that. George inside, rattles it home. George inside, left hand is good.
Georgia, when things break down, this is a guy that can go. George, what a steal. Recovers. There you go.
George to the rim. He lays it in a... Last year's Sweet 16, the loss to Duke. George. Keyonte George puts it on the floor. The drive. That's nice. George. Bridges. Lays high-low. A nice front. He wants to go now. George.
The first time all year over the weekend in their win over Texas Tech. And there's Keyonte.
And the length of Baylor in that possession.
Keyonte George 3. George weaving through traffic and with the left hand kisses it.
Could have got a clean look for Sherfield in the corner.
George again.
That Baylor can have.
Off the inbounds and one opportunity. Mark. That was Uzan's second 3, the other being the 3 at the end of the half at the buzzer.
Do well in a high-intensity athletic game like this.
Here's the freshman George, stopping on a dime.
Now that dribble.
Switched hands and make. Remaining all alone atop the conference. George. Oh, somehow got to the rim. George able to come back.
Game made some real key plays down the stretch. With the shot clock running down. 3-point shot away from him. So he gives that shot fake and just counters the defense. George will finish it in. 1. George again. Oh boy. Defender, an easy basket for Baylor. A huge second half. You're a math guy. This is a 27-point swing, right?
Correct. Make it 25.
In a game. 3 ball. And number 14.
Good look.
Here's George. Baylor's on top. 4.2 to go. They lob it inside. And
Good extra pass.
George for 3. Love. Out to George. Got the 3. Loss inside Bramlage came at the hands of the Texas Longhorns. There's a 3.
Cyclones beat these Bears.
Straight line drive. Keyonte. George, tough 2. Got it taking the freshman. Watson checking George. George takes advantage.
Cut by the guy, off guy, but then also a great shot by LJ.
George forcing that turnover, the dive for Flagler to keep it. Transition through for Baylor. UC Santa Barbara yet tonight, or today I should say. In the corner. Here comes George again getting off the screen from Florida. And he goes off. Alexander working off of it. Finds Farapalo.